Good morning, everyone. I'm Jade Khan from NICE Systems.
And I'm Matthew Storm, also with NICE. And we're here to tell you a little bit about how NICE is revolutionizing the way you authenticate with your bank, using your own unique voice print to not only know who the customers are, but also to keep the bad guys out. But before we do that, let me tell you a little bit about NICE. Actually, for over 28 years, we've been recording phone calls and providing customer experience solutions to institutions like you guys in the room today. In fact, probably many of you, the calls that are recorded in your call center are through NICE Systems. And through doing that, we're also using this technology to be able to leverage this for authentication and for fraud.
Exactly right. So what we wanted to share with you today is our real-time authentication and fraud prevention solution that uses your unique voice or your customer's unique voice to validate that they are indeed who they say they are in the first few seconds of each and every call. And they do that just by talking naturally. So NICE has solved one of the biggest challenges in voice authentication, which is convincing customers to enroll and convincing millions of customers to enroll. As Matt said, we've been recording calls for the last 30 years or so. So we've got previous call recordings where customers have already called in, authenticated. You've put them through all those silly questions, the mother's maiden name, the first dog's name, the street you grew up on. And what we can do is we can take those calls and we can automatically create voice prints from those calls.
So what happens the next time I call in, and I've already done that once, and I've already said my dog's name?
Okay, so we've got Matt enrolled on the system, so let's have a look at the demo. What we're going to see is the next time that Matt calls up to the contact center. So we're dialed in to the live server, and Matt, if you're ready to go, welcome to Fairbank.
Hi there, this is Matthew Storm. I'd like to have a new debit card shipped to my new address in Montclair. Somehow I've misplaced it in the move, and I'm not really sure if
Green light, Matt. Look at that. In the first 10 seconds or so, the good news is that Matt is indeed who he claims to be. The agent gets the green light, the guidance, and they can go straight ahead to getting Matt his debit card that he's looking for.
So what if it's not me?
Well, why don't we have a look, Matt? Probably the folks here in the room think this is all bells and whistles, a bit of smoke and mirrors. Okay. Why don't we show you folks what's happening behind the scenes? What you'll see is the same on the right-hand side as what we saw before the agent screen, but what I'm going to show you behind the scenes now is the authentication score, the voice authentication system. Look out for the blue line, which is matching the voice print that Matt created earlier with the incoming audio from the phone. So Matt, you're still connected. Welcome to Fairbank.
Hi there, this is Matthew Storm. I'm calling in because I'd like to have a new debit card shipped to me. I just moved and I seem to have misplaced it, and I was wondering if you could ship one to my new address in Montclair. Can you...
There you go, Matt. 10 seconds and you're authenticated and the agent can go straight through to the service request. Now imagine being able to do that across millions of customer interactions.
And if someone were impersonating me, what would that look like?
Great question. So what will happen then is the agent will get guidance that will show a mismatch, not authenticated, and the agent will get guidance on how to proceed with some dynamic security questions. So let's do a live demo. I'd like to invite Greg Palmer back up to try and impersonate Matt. Welcome, Greg.
All right, give it a shot, man.
So I will just reset the system. So Greg, you're dialed in. Let's see if you can get one of Matt's debit cards. Welcome to Fairbank.
Hi there, this is Matt Storm. I've moved away from Montclair and would actually like that debit card sent to Seattle instead, and it's totally fine because I'm definitely Matt Storm.
Well, Greg, you're actually doing a terrible job. You can see that you're in serious negative territory, folks. Thank you, Greg. So what you can see is the system shows a mismatch between the incoming audio, which in this case wasn't Matt, and Matt's stored voice print. After around 18 seconds or so, or 15 seconds or thereabouts, the system has enough data to know it's definitely not Matt Storm. The red light pops up on screen, and the dynamic security questions go ahead from there. And all of that as well can be configured and tailored for knowledge-based authentication as a second factor of authentication.
So if it is me, or it's not me, or if it's someone else, what if there's a lot of credit card and debit card information I think floating around right now? What if a fraudster got a hold of that information and they were just working in a ring of guys and they were just trying to call the bank and trying to do account takeovers?
Well, in addition to authenticating legitimate customers, we're actually also able to do a parallel process where we can check each and every incoming call against a list of known bad guys. As I said, we're recording calls. Every bad guy that's ever called in, we use that to create a watch list, and we can compare each and every call to that watch list. So let's see how that would work. I'll just enable the fraud detection feature over here. Okay, I have tried to break into Matt's account on numerous times, so I'm actually on the fraudster watch list, unfortunately. So yes, hello. This is Matt Storm. I'd like to get another debit card shipped to me, but first, what I need to do is change the address from Montclair to my address over in Boston. What you can see, folks, there's a red line here. The red line indicates the fraudster, and I'm not sure if the folks at the back can read that, but basically what it tells the agent is this is a high-risk interaction, a high-risk call, and it gives them the exact script that they should say, and there's a button there that says basically transfer the call. And then what we do is we transfer the call to the fraud department. The agent can get straight onto the next call, serving legitimate customers.
And the blue line is clearly not me, right?
Yeah, so I'm doing a terrible job of impersonating you, but unfortunately I'm a known bad guy. So folks, just to summarize, NICE has a contact center customer protection suite where we can use each customer's unique voice, and we can use the previous recordings to enroll customers seamlessly and passively in the background, and we then operationalize voice biometrics to make sure that we are protecting legitimate customers, making authentication secure, making it streamlined, and applying multi-factored, multi-layered fraud detection to keep the bad guys out as well. So what you're able to do is to protect your customers without additional service hurdles.
And it's a buy one, get one free because your customers don't have to remember their dog's name in the street they grew up on and all that. And at the same time, you get to save almost 60 seconds on every call that you take. And by doing that, the customer loves it, and you'll love it as well with the time that you save with the customers on the line. So if you'd like to do that, feel free to come by our booth, talk with us a little bit about voice biometrics, about how to authenticate customers, and how to keep the bad guys away.
And obviously, if you've got a previous call recording in your pocket, you can share that with us and we'll enroll you passively on the spot. But otherwise, in the demo, we can actually enroll you and we can do this in real time. So thank you very much. Have a lovely morning and enjoy the day.
Thank you.